One thing, especially women have a hard time with, is this thing where they think they're responsible for their partner's sexual desire. And that's something they need to work on because, see, you're not responsible for your partner's sexual desires. And that doesn't mean that your partner has a right to run out and find someone else to have sex with. But what's the solution to this problem? Well, there are actually times where women don't want to have sex anymore or can't for whatever reason. And see, making the woman feel guilty about that is not a solution to the problem. People have to learn to control their sexual energy and their sexual desires. That's what's wrong with humanity today. They don't feel the need to control themselves at all in that area because we've been taught, especially men are taught, to go out and relieve yourself on whatever you possibly can out there because that's your job, is to go populate the world. And they're encouraged to do that. Like, you're a man if you go out and you have a lot of sex, but women are considered sluts. We know the whole story, right? So the answer isn't that women get to go out and do that and they should not be called sluts. The answer is that people should not be promiscuous to begin with, and that they need to learn how to store their sexual fluids, because these fluids are important. When you raise these fluids back up the spine, which they do once a month, they circulate, it's called raising chrism. And if you don't pollute these fluids or corrupt them in sexual lust, greed, gluttony, vengeance, jealousy, and pride, and sloth, all those 7 deadly sins, and you preserve that oil, it goes back up to your brain and it activates your higher ability, your spiritual awareness, your intuition. So there is some truth to that. If you have too many orgasms, they say, men, if you masturbate too much, it'll make you go blind. Well, there is some truth to that, because if you are releasing your fluids constantly, then you're actually not activating your intuition and your higher spiritual functions, which means your third eye is blind. You are not able to become more spiritually aware. So you just remain trapped in that lower dense energy, which is your root chakra, and you're living through the material world. You're trying to satisfy all your material physical urges and needs, which is in your animal nature. That's called Satan, because Satan means opposer, and it's the opposer to Lucifer, which is your higher consciousness. Lucifer's not evil, it's just your higher mind that falls so low when you allow your animal nature to rule you. That's what these teachings were about.